This is why you cannot mine Bitcoin anymore. One of the chief characteristics of Bitcoin is that its coin supply is very limited. Bitcoin inventor Satoshi Nakamoto, the mysterious name used by the creators of the Bitcoin cryptocurrency, designed the cryptocurrency actually as digital gold and capped the Bitcoin maximum supply to mimic the finite quantity of physical gold. Hey everyone, welcome back to Billionaire Crypto Investor. How are you all doing? I hope all is good for you. For me, well, today I'm back with a new video on this topic, which is why you can't mine Bitcoin anymore. But before starting, share the video with all your friends and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and please press that bell icon too so you get all the notifications of our recent updates regularly. So, are you guys excited? Let's begin. The maximum number of Bitcoins that can be issued and mined is 21 million. New Bitcoins are added to the Bitcoin supply approximately every 10 minutes, which is the average amount of time that it takes to make a new block of Bitcoin. The number of Bitcoins minted per block is reduced by 50% after every 210,000 blocks, or about once every 4 years. Let us have a look at the key takeaways. The maximum total supply of Bitcoin is approximately 21 million. The number of Bitcoins issued will never reach 21 million due to the use of rounding operators in the Bitcoin codebase. When the Bitcoin supply reaches its upper limit and no additional Bitcoins will be generated, Bitcoin miners will almost earn income only from transaction fees. Now comes a question of, will the number of Bitcoins ever reach 21 million? The total number of Bitcoins issued is not yet expected to reach 21 million. This is because the Bitcoin network uses bit shift operators and arithmetic operators that round some decimal points down to the nearest smallest integer. This rounding down may come when the block reward for producing a new Bitcoin block is divided in half, and the amount of the new reward is then calculated. That reward can be expressed in the Satoshis, which one Satoshi is equal to 0.0000001 Bitcoin. As Satoshi is the smallest unit of measurement in the Bitcoin network, it can't be split in half. The Bitcoin blockchain, when worked with splitting a Satoshi in half to calculate a new reward amount, is programmed using bit shift operators, basically to round down to the nearest whole integer. This systemic rounding down of Bitcoin block rewards in fractions of Satoshis is why the total number of Bitcoins issued is about to fall slightly short of 21 million. In January of 2022, 18.9 million Bitcoins have already been issued, with about 2.1 million Bitcoins still to be revealed. With the number of new Bitcoins issued per block reducing by half approximately every 4 years, and the final Bitcoins not expected to be produced until the year 2140. The number of new Bitcoins minted per block was 50 when Bitcoin was first established, and has since reduced to 6.25 as of May 2020. Bitcoin rewards are reduced by half every 4 years. Although a maximum of 21 million Bitcoins can be mined, it is likely that the number of Bitcoin circulating remains substantially below that number. Bitcoin holders can lose the approach to their Bitcoin, such as by losing the private keys to their Bitcoin wallets or passing away without sharing their wallet details. A June 2020 study by the crypto forensics firm Chain Analysis evaluates that up to 20% of the Bitcoin already issued may be permanently lost. Now let us talk about what will happen after all 21 million Bitcoins are mined. After the maximum number of Bitcoins is reached, also if that number is ultimately slightly below 21 million, then also no new Bitcoins will be issued. Bitcoin transactions will continue to be pooled into blocks and processed, and Bitcoin miners will continue to be rewarded, but just like only with transaction processing fees. Bitcoin reaching its upper supply limit is about to affect Bitcoin miners, but how they are affected depends in part on how Bitcoin evolves as a cryptocurrency. If the Bitcoin blockchain in 2140 processes many transactions, then Bitcoin miners may still be able to gain profits from only transaction processing fees. If Bitcoin in 2140 largely serves as a store of value rather than for daily purchases, then it is still possible for miners to profit even with low transaction volumes and the disappearance of block rewards. Miners can charge high transaction fees to process high-value transactions or huge batches of transactions with more efficient Layer 2 blockchains like the Lightning Network, working in concurrence with the Bitcoin blockchain to ease daily Bitcoin spending. But if Bitcoin mining in the absence of block rewards ceases to be reliably profitable, then some negative outcomes can occur. The first one is miners from cartels, which means groups of miners may collude in an attempt to control mining resources and command higher transaction fees. And the next one is selfish mining occurs, which means miners engaging in selfish mining collude to hide new valid blocks and later release them as orphan blocks that are not confirmed by the Bitcoin network. This practice can increase block processing times and ensure that high fees are paid for the new blocks when they are finally revealed to the blockchain. Will Bitcoin work like a pocket change or bars of gold in the year 2140? The Bitcoin ecosystem is still developing and making it possible, if not likely, that Bitcoin itself will continue to evolve over the coming decades. However, Bitcoin evolves and no new Bitcoins will be released after the 21 million coin limit is reached. Reaching this supply limit is possible to have the biggest impact on Bitcoin miners, but it's possible that Bitcoin investors could experience negative impacts as well. Do you know how many Bitcoins have been mined? In January 2022, 18.9 million Bitcoins have already been mined, with about 2.1 million Bitcoins still to be published. The complete Bitcoin supply is capped at 21 million. There was a time when anyone with a graphics card or just a CPU could mine some Bitcoin and turn a profit. That time's long since passed, as these days you require an application-specific integrated circuit setup to even have a shot at making some money. But why did Bitcoin go from being an easy moneymaker to something only a few can afford to mine? The answer lies with one of Bitcoin's basic principles, which makes the cryptocurrency tougher to mine as it grows in popularity. That way, having a bunch of people mine Bitcoin would not undermine its value. It is almost like circulating a limited number of US dollars, so each one is worth more comparatively rather than thinking you can create wealth by literally printing money. When you are mining the cryptocurrency, you're basically tasking whatever device you are using with solving a bunch of math problems. Now, let us see how Bitcoins are mined. Bitcoin, like apparently every other technology these days, is based on the blockchain. The blockchain is what it sounds like, a series of interconnected blocks. In Bitcoin's case, here these blocks are used as transaction ledgers that make sure every exchange of the cryptocurrency is legitimate. Rather than trusting a central figure, as you do with traditional currencies, you are trusting the math behind Bitcoin to ensure everything's on the up and up. Doing all that math needs some computational resources. That is what your mining rig is as a system that downloads the blockchain and it does a bunch of math and assures the rest of the Bitcoin ecosystem is a given transaction and it was legitimate. In exchange for devoting your rig to conserving the system, you are given a certain transaction fee as well as a subsidy of new coins, hence the mining metaphor, which compares earning Bitcoin to digging up something like gold. Just like gold, Bitcoin is not a naturally limited resource. One could theoretically design a cryptocurrency that allows someone to earn as much as they want as long as they have the hardware to its backup, but that would devalue each unit. Rather, Bitcoin was designed in a way that ensures the formation of new coins is stable over the long term. The increasing complication makes it harder for general hardware like an off-the-shelf CPU or GPU to mine Bitcoin. The days of being able to mine Bitcoin while your system would otherwise be inert are pretty much over. You're not going to make any real money that way. Dedicated Bitcoin miners have to make mining rigs devoted specifically to Bitcoin mining. Each mining rig is the result of a basic cost-benefit analysis. You have to think about how much the system will cost to collect, how much it will add to your power bills, and how much you expect to make in real-world money before you literally build the thing. It does not make sense to spend an excessive amount of money up front and monthly on a rig that makes a pittance each month. Combine the need to pay for parts and power with the increasing complications involved with mining Bitcoin, and you have a situation where CPUs and GPUs have been effectively pushed out of the mining game. The problem is that doing so would be like trying to mine gold with a soup spoon, while other people are out there with heavy equipment and teams of workers who all specialize in mining. So guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure you please give this video a thumbs up, smash the subscribe button, and press the bell icon so you never miss any updates. If you have any further questions, please let us know in the comment box, and make sure you check out more on our channel where you'll find some really cool stuff.